When was the last time you questioned yourself, what do young people think? What's going on in their mind and what are their values? Look at me, I'm an old dog with a long beard, but I remember my youth and a lot of things changed since then. Today I meet students at the Frankfurt school, finance students, and I talk to them about their thoughts, about their motivation and their view on the future. There are a lot of student initiatives in the Frankfurt school, and one of them is the Sustainable Group. And the leader is Aryan. Thanks for taking the time. So there are a lot of youth organizations looking for having a more sustainable world. What are you doing exactly? Do you glue yourself to the street or to the runway of the airport?
Well, Jürgen, as tempting as that sounds, we have a more structured approach, a more business school approach to things. We have different pillars, and one of them is called the Change Department, where we try to change things on the ground, on the grassroots level, and try to bring up initiatives like recaps or a bee hotel on the Frankfurt School rooftop, or having more awareness, like having sustainability cubes around us. Then beyond that, we have events where we connect people to the industry. Then we also look at sustainable finance, looking into concepts of ESG ratings, and now increasingly EU-taxonomy and CSRD.
For you guys, we don't even take care about rain.
So this is the bee garden with the bee hotels over there.
Is the bee hotel a student initiative?
Yes, so the sustainability initiative along with Frankfurt School with its very active engagement. So if we look up top, we're also going to see a lot of solar panels and even a windmill on the top. So the Frankfurt School management certainly thinks a lot about these things to have energy in a circular fashion and make it more sustainable.
What's it about?
So this is the first of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals by the United Nations. And the point of this cube is exactly this, to raise awareness and have people ask questions. What is this about? What are the Sustainable Development Goals to begin with? And this is one of the projects that we're currently working on, which is why we only have the first one. And the rest 16, we're still looking for sponsorships to get it done.
That was a nice call to action. What's about your thoughts? How can we improve the financial industry?
I feel that all of these sustainable practices really help us work on things that all of us care about, but are just hard to translate into quantitative data that comes into your P&L statements. I feel that the business industry needs to have a different perspective on sustainability and ESG in itself, to look away from it as a risk management tool to protect yourself from reputational risk, but actually see it as an opportunity to have a more equitable and sustainable world. To demonstrate that sustainability in itself goes much beyond maybe just environmental concerns. There's this sort of not very famous video on YouTube that really inspired me. It's about how when they took over the company, when they bought it out, they ensure that every employee gets an ownership stake in it, and it's not just the executives in the company, but employees at the lowest level and people doing regular manufacturing jobs. They posted this video about when they exited the company, and at that time, each employee got an average payout of $175,000 across all 800 employees in the company. Now, this is just a regular story from one of the investments they made, but initiatives like these and impacts like these can actually be life-altering in all ways.
What would be one of your main points you want to change?
I feel that I would really want to have a larger focus on impact investment activities through a corporate program. I've come across a few companies that go as far as contributing up to 10% of their gross profits in impact investment schemes, and I feel that this further strengthens that business's position or that business's social license to operate.
What do you personally intend to do to make this change?
I personally am a very, very strong supporter of impact investment as the topic in itself, because I feel that it can really help us channel the finance we need for long-term structural change instead of one-off charitable contributions to the world. And I feel that this is where the needle gets moved in the finance industry when it comes to sustainability topics.
What do you think could be the best small steps to start with?
The first small step would be to get a better insight into impact investment, impact measurement, and the kind of initiatives that are out there. I've seen initiatives that have worked on these sustainable development cubes that we talked about, and some of the results are just phenomenal. And it would be so surprising for me to see that, hey, this small company that took up this impact investment scheme was actually able to have such a sizable impact on the world.
What do you think, how long will it take to get all the cubes?
Well, fingers crossed, we hope to get this across the board in 2 months, and hopefully it moves fast, depends on the sponsorships.
I think we will take goal number 4, access to education. What do you think, Sabine?
Good idea.
Deal done.
Next time you come, you're going to see this wall set over here and all 17 over here, right where everybody can see.
That's one of the best investments we could do.